Good afternoon, welcome to GrainTV. My name's Cody. This is Brock Shimano. Today is Thursday, November 21st, and we had the market move a little bit higher here today. Let's turn right over to the Fire Tip trading platform and see where we closed off the day. Corn for December trading up 5 1/4 cents. Soybeans for January trading up 18 3/4 on a nice little rebound there. Wheat in Chicago trading up 1 1/4 pennies, and Kansas City wheat trading down 3/4 cents. Brock, we did have export sales this morning. Was that the primary reason here we saw corn and soybeans trading higher?
You know, I think it was very supportive for the markets. Corn, soybeans, and wheat all beat expectations. If we take a look at the numbers here, corn, you can see, came in at 945,000 metric tons, right at the top end of expectations. But if you add in what we also sold for next year, we sold 37,000 metric tons for next year. A combined total beats the expectations for this week. Soybeans came in at a whopping 1.38 million metric tons there, and wheat came in at 618,000 metric tons. So really the highlight of this day in the trade session, and we saw it reflected in the price action as well as the soybean market. We saw tremendous export sales today leading the market higher. If we take a look at where we stand for this marketing year, though, you can see that on this corn chart here, that we are running quite a bit ahead of the seasonal pace, which is the red line, to meet the current USDA projections. This blue bar is what we saw for this week's export sales, and this is the corn chart here. You can see that we're running about 199 million bushels ahead of pace on the corn export pace to meet the current USDA projections. And it's a similar story for soybeans, and this week we saw those tremendous sales. We continue to run well ahead of pace there as well, about 312 million bushels ahead of pace, and wheat is running about 84 million bushels ahead of pace to meet current USDA projections. So good showing all around for all three commodities, corn, soybeans, and wheat. And you know, really something to highlight in the wheat market this week, something interesting that we saw for the export sales was that we saw Egypt buy 110,000 metric tons. We saw them really, we've been missing tenders time and time again over the last couple of months going to Egypt. So it was kind of exciting to see us finally make a sale to the Egyptian market, which is the #1 buyer in the world for wheat.
You know, and I think there's some stories out there that very well may push some of that demand onto U.S. books. We may see some stronger demand in the weeks and months to come. One of the stories was Australia. Now they're starting to harvest their wheat, and there's unseasonable rains there, a lot of moisture there, and that's bringing into some quality concerns. Not only that, but they also had some frost freezes about a month ago, and now that they're pulling some of the grain out of the fields, they're noticing some quality concerns. Looks as though there's some smaller grains in there, which is possibly going to reduce the quality here, especially when it comes to millers. And the bottom line, what the implications of that is that we may end up seeing some of that demand that normally goes to Australia pushed onto the U.S. books, and particularly HRW, that Kansas City wheat contract, is most likely going to be the beneficiary of that. Of course, this is an early story. We didn't see it really move the market significantly today, but this is the sort of story that as we continue harvest down there, we could see it develop and we could see it move the market a little bit higher. I wouldn't be surprised if we see it kind of help support a bounce here off the lows of 640 that we're seeing here for the Chicago wheat contract. But really, when you look at wheat, it's been an absolute dog lately, and I wouldn't be surprised if we continue this trend lower, and we'll probably most likely make a run at that 640 level again.
You know, something that could also support the wheat market we saw earlier this week was the Rosario Grains Exchange. They actually came out with their initial estimate for their wheat production this year. They came in at about 9.1 million metric tons is what they were expecting. The USDA is actually expecting about 11 million metric tons. So they came in quite a bit lower than what the USDA is projecting. That'll be a story we'll have to continue to monitor as they're starting to harvest their wheat as well. So there is some supply concerns coming out of Australia and out of Argentina that could possibly put a little bit of a bid underneath this wheat market right now.
Yeah, that sounds fair enough. Guys, that wraps up today's show. Don't remember, take the market with you. What does that mean? Possibly some mobile trading. Give us a call if you're interested in trading on your mobile phone here. That's something that we're going to be offering up here very, very shortly, so get your name on the list. If you have any questions about what we talked about today, give us a call at 877-472-4607, and you can visit our website at grainhedge.com. Thanks a lot for tuning in. We'll see you later on for tomorrow's show.